Hey everybody, H-Channel here. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Form Fight. And just before we get started, I want to say a massive welcome and a massive thank you to all of our brand new subscribers. Like literally an entire quarter of our sub growth last year was in the last 2 weeks on the channel. So like the 2,000 of you that have joined the channel, thanks. Hope you enjoy yourself. Go check out everything else as well as Form Fight. Although you're going to do Form Fight today, all right? That's what's going to happen. Anyway, Form Fight is a series where we take a look at a Pokemon with more than one form, or a branched evolution, or a counterpart Pokemon. We have a look at the differences between the Pokemon in question, and we try and work out which one is the best. And so we can see these Pokemon in action on the battlefield. We also have a Metronome battle between them, just for a little bit of fun. Honestly, it's a fun. It's not serious. Don't worry. It doesn't determine who's better. It's just so you can see them doing moves, all right? Relax, okay? If you're a fan of Form Fight already and you're ready for more, make sure you hit the like button. Let's go for a like goal of what? Let's go for 667 likes on the channel. And of course, hit subscribe if you're new so you never miss an episode. And of course, don't forget, use code ACE to save yourself some money on G Fuel. This is the birthday shaker, and I've got black on blackberry, and it's a bit alright. Code ACE, money off. Boom. But with all that out of the way, let's have a look at today's challenges. Today on Form Fight, we're going to be comparing two Pokemon that aren't really different forms because they have different Pokedex entries, so they're different Pokemon. They're not really branched evolutions because they evolve each from different forms of the original Pokemon. And they're not really counterpart Pokemon because they are from the same evolutionary family. But they're similar anyway. They're Cofagrigus and Runerigus. Now, both these Pokemon evolve from the Pokémon Yamask, but if your Yamask is the regular Unovan form and reaches level 34, it will evolve into Cofagrigus. Whereas if your Yamask is the Galarian form of Yamask and it's lost 49 or more hit points and you walk under the stone bridge in Galar's Dusty Bowl, it will evolve into Runerigus. What the hell kind of evolution mechanic is that? What makes these two Pokemon so different? Let's take a look. According to the Pokedex, Cofagrigus is 1.7 meters tall and weighs 76.5 kilograms. Its Pokedex information says this Pokemon has a body of sparkling gold. People say it no longer remembers that it was once human. There are many depictions of Cofagrigus decorating ancient tombs. They're symbols of the wealth that kings of bygone eras had. As for Runerigus, it is 1.6 meters tall and weighs 66.5 kilograms. Its Pokedex data says a powerful curse was woven into an ancient painting. After absorbing the spirit of a Yamask, the painting began to move. Never touch its shadow-like body, or you'll be shown the horrific memories behind the picture carved into it. Appearance-wise, Cofagrigus looks like an ancient Egyptian sarcophagus with red eyes and 4 long black arms with huge hands that look to be made of some kind of spiritual energy. And Runerigus looks like an ancient stone slab with a serpent painted on it, with the hands, head and end of the tail broken off, but still connected by some kind of black spectral limbs like we see on Cofagrigus. In their shiny forms, Cofagrigus' gold and blue coloration changes to silver and pink, with its black limbs changing to blue, and Runerigus changes to a more silvery grey stone with pinkish paint, and with blue limbs instead of black. Its purple eye also changes to a bright blue. Now let's have a look at their typing, weaknesses, and resistances. Firstly, Cofagrigus is a pure ghost-type Pokemon, which makes it weak to ghost and dark-type moves. It resists poison and bug-type attacks and is completely immune to normal and fighting-type moves. As for Runerigus, it's a dual-type ground and ghost Pokemon, which makes it weak to ghost, water, grass, ice, and dark-type attacks. It resists poison, rock, and bug-type moves and is completely immune to normal, fighting, and electric-type attacks. Now let's have a look at the stats and abilities of these Pokemon. Cofagrigus is a Pokemon with very low speed and thus works great on a Trick Room team. It has below average HP and attack, but with great special attack and special defense and fantastic physical defense. This Pokemon can be a very effective tank if dishing out Will-O-Wisps and Calm Mind or Nasty Plot boosted hexes. Its only ability is Mummy, which has no real effect on Cofagrigus itself, but if any Pokemon with this ability is hit by a contact move, the attacking Pokemon's ability will also become Mummy, and thus the ability can be spread to multiple Pokemon, removing all of their regular abilities along the way. This can be useful for taking away an opponent's key ability, scuppering Strongjaw and Iron Fist users, for example. As for Runerigus, it has the exact same base stats as Cofagrigus, just with the attack and special attack stats switched, making it a better physical attacker. Its only ability is Wandering Spirit, which is exactly the same as Mummy, except instead of just changing your opponent's ability to Wandering Spirit, it also gives Runerigus the ability that the opponent originally had. So basically, it's Mummy plus Skill Swap, which is awesome. Now it's time for me to decide which of these two Pokemon I prefer, and I've loved Cofagrigus for years, but it ain't winning this. I can't. Runerigus is just too cool. Like, don't get me wrong, I love ancient Egypt, and you've heard me talk about Cofagrigus before if you've been on this channel for a while. Like, I love ancient Egypt. I love the idea of this ancient Egyptian pharaoh sarcophagus looking Pokemon, but at the same time, Runerigus is just really cool. And in terms of its ability, Wandering Spirit being such a better version of Mummy and a way more interesting version of Mummy that's going to have loads of weird outcomes in battle, and the fact that it's got 3 resistances, which makes it really helpful on so many different teams, it just seems to be an improved version of Cofagrigus, and I really, really like that. Of course, it's not just up to me though, it's up for you guys to decide which is your favorite, but before you do, let's have a little bit of fun. Let's see these Pokemon in action on the battlefield. It's time for the Metronome battle. Before we get started, I'll point out these Pokemon have max IVs in all stats, 0 EVs in all stats, they're not holding any items, they've got neutral natures, they each only get access to 1 ability, so it's going to be really interesting watching Mummy and Wandering Spirit constantly swapping throughout the battle every time there's a contact move, but fair enough. The only advantage or disadvantage any of these Pokemon gets comes from their base stats and their typing. Everything else is all up to the Metronome. Let's go. Here we go, it's Cofagrigus versus Runerigus. We've got some beautiful ghoulish ghosties on the battlefield right now. I went for them like most purplish battlefield I could get because I couldn't seem to get the ghost gym. So here's the dragon gym, but it kind of suits these lovely Pokemon. And let's see what happens in this beautiful Metronome battle as Shiny Runerigus starts off proceedings. What's it going to go for? Goes for Rain Dance, which is a really bad idea for a ground type Pokemon. Boosting the power of water type moves, I do not think that's a very wise idea, but I guess we just have to see how it plays out in this battle. Maybe they've got something up their sleeve, I don't know. Do they have sleeves? Does that count? Here we see regular Runerigus, who is going to go for a not very effective pin missile on the shiny Cofagrigus there. So not a great deal of damage, but it's a little bit of chip damage, which I guess is better than no damage, as we say. Now it's over to a shiny Cofagrigus. What's it going to do here? It's going to go for Flash Cannon, which is a steel type move, which kind of suits it, because it kind of looks like a steel type, even though it's pure ghost. Decent amount of damage there to shiny Runerigus, though. Probably the biggest chunk of damage so far. And here's regular Cofagrigus, who's going to go for Dual Chop, which is a dragon type move, onto shiny Runerigus, which is going to swap Wandering Spirit for Mummy. And get ready, because there's another hit to come. We've swapped the abilities. There we go. There's another hit, and then Mummy swapped right back for Wandering Spirit. So well done there. What a complete waste of time. Love it. Just extending the video for that ad revenue. Thank you very much, Cofagrigus. Thanks for thinking of me, mate. Well done. What's everyone going to do on the next turn? Cofagrigus, shiny Cofagrigus, I should say, gets to start off the next turn, and it's going to go for Harden and increase its defense. I mean, its defense is already mammoth, so using Harden as well, that's a great play there, protecting against any physical hits. And here comes Runerigus, who is a physical attacker, who's going to go for Storm Throw. Of course, doesn't affect Cofagrigus. It's got plenty of immunities there. Well, Cofagrigus got 2. Runerigus has got more to brag about. Here comes Meteor Mash, though, from regular Runerigus onto regular Cofagrigus for a decent hit there, and increases the attack. Mate, countering that the Harden from the shiny Cofagrigus. I'm going to get well confused at these at the moment. Cofagrigus and Runerigus. Here's regular Cofagrigus, though, carrying on this turn with a power split. I mean, is that really going to do that much? Although it is the increased attack Runerigus, so let me know. I always get confused with power split. I'm sure there's an expert in the comments below. Look forward to hearing from you, pal. Honest. And here we see regular Cofagrigus starting off the next turn. What's it going to do here? Going to go for Tearful Look. Which Runerigus on the shiny Runerigus there, that tearful look, having a bit of a cry in the rain, very sad about being dead and all, dropping that attack stat and the special attack stat by 1 stage apiece. Here comes regular Runerigus. What will it do here? It's going to go for Seed Bomb, which would have been super effective if the Cofagrigus had used it on the Runerigus, but, you know, vice versa, doesn't quite work. Not as effective, but still a decent chunk of neutral damage. Self-destruct, though. What a pointless play by shiny Runerigus. Nobody on this battlefield is affected by self-destruct, so it just threw itself out of the game and went, hey, regular Runerigus, you want to win this on your own, mate? I guess that's kind of a show of confidence in its partner, maybe? I don't know. Here's shiny. Oh my god, here comes Brine. This is what I meant about the rain being up. A rain-powered up Brine on that Runerigus. Lucky that Runerigus wasn't below half its max HP, or would have been over, although now it's below half its max HP. My word. And here comes shiny Cofagrigus. What's it going to do now? It's already done a ridiculous amount of damage. Going for Yawn. Wants to put Runerigus to sleep in the next couple of turns or so. That is not good. So we have a Drowning Runerigus. What's it going to do? It's got to do something to prevent itself from falling asleep. Goes for Avalanche, though, which should do, I imagine, a decent amount of damage. Oh, it's not powered up because it's not been damaged, has it, this turn? So that's unfortunate. It doesn't do quite as much damage as it could do to that Harden boosted Cofagrigus. Uproar, of course, doesn't affect Runerigus, so that's not going to land, which is unfortunate for Runerigus because Uproar would have prevented it from falling asleep. This is Runerigus' last turn before it falls asleep. What's it going to do here? Going to go for Thundershock. How much damage is that really going to do? You're not much of a special attacker. Didn't do too much damage at all there. What has Cofagrigus got in mind here? It's going to go for Crunch. That's going to be super effective as well. On Runerigus, how much damage? Oh, just not quite enough to take it down. Very, very lucky there. Did drop the defense stat by one stage, but that's a testament to the defensive capabilities of these Pokemon. And here is shiny Runerigus, who's going for Blizzard, which again is super effective. Oh my god, how much damage is it going to do? Knocks out Runerigus. Good night. Thanks for playing. And that battle was all Cofagrigus. That was fantastic. Well done to the Egyptian Kings. Well done, mate. You've done a great job. Cheers. So you've heard what I've got to say, you've seen these Pokemon on the battlefield, now it's time for you to make your decision. Which of these two Pokemon do you prefer? Is it Cofagrigus or is it Runerigus? Let me know in the comments and explain to everybody why your pick is the absolute best. So that'll do it for another episode of Form Fight. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to support the channel like these lovely people down here do, pledge to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/AceTrainLiam, or head over to gfuel.com, use code ACE to save yourself some money. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.